In 1783, Sikh forces marched into Delhi, defeated the remnants of the Mughal Empire, and raised their flag over the Red Fort. Back home in Punjab, the 12 decentralized Sikh militias, known as Misls, had established a protection network called the Rakhi System, allowing agrarian life to flourish despite the surrounding instability. At this moment, operating as a coordinated military brotherhood, the Sikh Confederacy functioned as a dominant force with no serious rival in the region. Within a few years of capturing the Mughal capital, these same commanders turned their swords on each other, dismantling the very system they had built to protect Punjab. The decentralized structure of the Misls was designed for surviving decades of total war against invading empires. It was not, however, structurally equipped for the complexities of peace. For the Confederacy, the total defeat of their external enemies removed the single pressure point that had historically forced their internal unity. A loose confederacy of independent republics relies on a significant external threat to override local interests and force cooperation among its leaders. By the late 1780s, the Afghan and Mughal empires surrounding Punjab had effectively collapsed. This map shows their receding borders, which stripped away the glue that held the 12 Sikh republics together. Without foreign campaigns to generate new wealth, the financial logic of the Rakhi system failed. The Misls maintained massive standing armies, but with no external enemies left to fight, they began looking toward their own neighbors for revenue. This territorial overlap caused economic cannibalism. Misl borders intersected, with multiple commanders demanding the same Rakhi tax from identical villages. This double taxation sparked constant skirmishes, with clashing forces fighting over the right to collect revenue from a single agricultural node. The Rakhi system, engineered for border defense, had transformed into a mechanism for internal extortion and conflict. The scale of the conflict soon shifted from rural tax disputes to the control of Punjab's wealthiest trade centers, the ultimate prizes for rival sardars. Lahore stood as the primary target. While the Bangi Misl held the city, both the Sukerchakia and Kanaya Misls launched repeated campaigns to seize its fortifications and treasury. This struggle for dominance spread to Amritsar and Multan, turning the region's most important spiritual and commercial hubs into battlegrounds for political supremacy. The Dal Khalsa was composed of battle-hardened veterans. Driven by personal ambition and long-standing grudges, warriors who had once served together in Delhi were now engaged in fierce, hand-to-hand combat against their own brothers. The availability of unprotected wealth, combined with the lack of a central authority to settle disputes, ensured that the brotherhood would continue to fracture. Years of internal fighting depleted the Misl's resources, left their borders vulnerable, and destroyed the stability they had fought decades to achieve. European observers at the time recorded their surprise as the Sikh Confederacy, a force that appeared militarily unstoppable, began to systematically dismantle its own power from within. The Civil War demonstrated a clear limitation. While 12 warlords were effective at leading a rebellion, they were structurally incapable of governing a unified nation. This chaos created a vacuum, only filled by a single central leader capable of imposing order through diplomacy and force. A young boy named Ranjit Singh, a survivor of smallpox and a member of the Sukerchakia Misl, came of age during this period of internal collapse, watching the older generation destroy the system he would eventually inherit. The failure of the 12 Misls acted as the violent, necessary crucible that forged